Today we're going to try and answer the question, is James Harden overrated? Before we get into opinions and speculations, let's talk about the facts. James Harden is out of Arizona State and is 33 years old and is a 14-year pro. Career stats are 24.7 points per game, 5.6 rebounds per game, and 7.0 assists per game. Shooting 44% from the field, 86% from the free throw line, and 36% from beyond the arc. He's 30th all-time in points and will be higher when his career is over. He was also named to the top 75 players of all time to ever play in the NBA. As you can see, we're not talking about some regular everyday basketball player. James Harden is an elite hooper, so why are there questions about him being overrated? Well, if I'm allowed to speculate, here are some of the reasons why folks feel he is overrated. Let's go back to 2012. The OKC Thunder has one of the greatest playoff runs for a team their age. They knocked off Dallas Mavericks, Los Angeles Lakers, and the San Antonio Spurs. They were looking like the team of the future. KD, Westbrook, and Harden looked like the big three OKC knew they would be until the NBA Finals. OKC would face the Heat and lose in 5 games. Although KD and Westbrook averaged over 25 points per game, Harden only averaged 13 points per game. A significant drop from the 20 points per game he averaged in previous series. Of course, many of you know he left OKC for brighter pastures in Houston. In Houston, he was the man. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He had the green light and no one had an issue with it. Until Game 5 versus the Spurs. In a one-possession game with Kawhi on the sideline, he goes 1 for 6 from the floor with 4 turnovers, also missing the game winner in regulation. Unfortunately for Harden and the Rockets organization, they never found success, so of course they parted ways. We all know how the Brooklyn situation went down. In all honesty, I don't think he wanted to be there. He came to the team out of shape, and he clearly wasn't himself. After a few tiffs with KD, he demanded a trade, and they shipped him to Philly for Ben Simmons. His arrival to Philly seems to be mutually beneficial for the parties involved. First year he's there, they make it to the playoffs, but lose to the Heat in the second round. This season he took a pay cut so the organization could get more pieces around him and Embiid. Great regular season run with the revamped Sixers, but unfortunately things tend to go wrong in the playoffs. Games 5 through 7, James Harden played 32 minutes in the 4 quarters and failed to score in that span. There were 3 games he didn't score in the closing moments, and of course, we have to talk about his Game 7 performance against the Celtics this year. His stat line was 9 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, which aren't bad numbers, but they're not the numbers that someone of James Harden's caliber should be putting up, especially if he's one of the stars of the team. With all that said, I believe these are the reasons folks are saying he is overrated. Of course, if they're talking about basketball. Some folks dislike the man for reasons that have nothing to do with hoops. Please let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think he's overrated or underrated?